Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Wall Street Journal markets.
April 9, 10:03 America, New York. Supply chain chaos is great for warehouse stocks. For most companies, today's dysfunctional supply chains are a headache and a cost. For warehouse owners like Prologis, they are yet another tailwind.
Daily FX market news.
April 9, 10 o'clock America, New York. GBP, USD weekly forecast. GBP cheers stimulus, rally at risk of stalling. Fed hawks keep the USD on the front. Lack of alternatives sees USD remaining as king.
Wall Street Journal markets.
April 9, 8:42 America, New York. Inflation hurts. Better get used to it. Self-fulfilling expectations of inflation are rising, and a bunch of longer-term inflationary pressures are on the way.
New York Times Business.
April 9, 5 o'clock America, New York. K.O.A goes after the luxury market. The well-known network of budget-focused campgrounds has introduced a new brand to focus on glampers. The company's head explains the move.
Daily FX market news.
April 9, 3 o'clock America, New York. Bitcoin treads cautiously along key technical levels. Bitcoin prices have stabilized above the key psychological level of $45,000, but can technical remain as prominent drivers of price action?
Marginal revolution.
April 9, 2:55 America, New York. Television gets you to spend money. Especially on cars, and other durable goods. I compare growth in retail sales between areas with and without local TV service over the unanticipated Federal Communications Commission, FCC, freeze, which halted the licensing of new TV stations from 1948 to 52.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
April 9, 1:49 America, New York. Nominal GDP as a policy guide. The Fed repeatedly makes policy mistakes by ignoring erratic swings in nominal GDP. Today, two important media outlets published persuasive arguments in favor of NGDP targeting. Here's Clive Crook in The Washington Post.
Armstrong Economics.
April 9, 0:08 America, New York. Justice Jackson. Question. So what do you think of the Supreme Court nominee? Answer. It is a joke. Biden ruled out everyone other than a black woman, which is in itself racist.
Armstrong Economics.
April 9, 0:03 America, New York. Interview, the Russia-Ukraine story from Martin Armstrong. Click here to watch Martin Armstrong's latest interview with Patrick Timpone from One Radio. The post-interview, the Russia-Ukraine story from Martin Armstrong first appeared on Armstrong Economics. Global Economy. April 9, 0:00 America, New York. Vladimir Putin is taking global markets back to the noughties. Russia's war in Ukraine has revived the market preoccupation with central banks' foreign reserves. Global Economy.
April 9, 0:00 America, New York. What the Treasury bill collateral crunch tells us about trust. A persistent spread has opened up between two safe U.S. government-backed instruments.
Finance and Economics.
April 8, 2000 America, New York. The American property market is once again looking bubbly. Soaring mortgage rates have yet to cool exuberant demand.
Finance and Economics.
April 8, 2000 America, New York. Bonds signal recession. Stocks have been buoyant. What gives? Stocks may have been ahead of bonds on inflation risk.
Finance and Economics.
April 8, 2000 America, New York. Has the pound become emerging market money? Why the British currency has become more vulnerable to crises, and strangely popular.
Daily FX market news. April 8, 2000 America, New York. Australian dollar outlook. Domestic factors sidelined as the Fed talks up rates. The Australian dollar has strong fundamentals, but external influences are dominating for now. Will the strong economy be realized in the AUD/USD price?
Global Economy.
April 8, 1902 America, New York. Underlying UK wage growth lower than headline figures, think tank warns. Statistics bolstered by end of furlough scheme in autumn when people return to full wages.
Wall Street Journal markets.
April 8, 1834 America, New York. Twitter, Starbucks, Walmart, stocks that defined the week. Here are 7 major companies whose shares moved on the week's news.
BBC News Business.
April 8, 1702 America, New York. House price squeeze. I bid dozens of times but lost. Surging home prices have created a spiraling cost of living crisis in the U.S.
BBC News. Business. April 8. 1702 America, New York. House price squeeze. I bid dozens of times but lost. Surging home prices have created a spiraling cost of living crisis in the U.S.
New York Times Business.
April 8, 1628 America, New York. SpaceX and Axiom launch private astronaut crew to space station. Axiom Space bought seats on a SpaceX rocket to be NASA's guests in orbit as the agency extends efforts to commercialize spaceflight. The X-1 mission launching from Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Friday.
New York Times Business.
April 8, 1610 America, New York. SpaceX and Axiom launch private astronaut crew to space station. Axiom Space bought seats on a SpaceX rocket to be NASA's guests in orbit as the agency extends efforts to commercialize spaceflight. The X-1 mission launching from Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Friday.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
April 8, 1433 America, New York. Visa expects to make up lost Russia revenue within a year. The payments company has lost about 4% of its revenue by pulling out of Russia, but the impact is unlikely to be noticeable within a year thanks to global sales growth, its finance chief said.
Marginal Revolution.
April 8, 1425 America, New York. AI for Emergent Ventures. I am pleased to announce the initiation of a new, special tranche of the Emergent Ventures Fund to identify and foster artificial intelligence researchers and talent in emerging economies. This tranche is thanks to a special gift from the Schmidt Futures.
BBC News. Business.
April 8, 1417 America, New York. Rishi Sunak's wife to pay UK tax on overseas income. Akshata Murthy has previously not paid UK tax on shares worth £700 million in an Indian tech company.
BBC News Business.
April 8, 1417 America, New York. Rishi Sunak's wife to pay UK tax on overseas income. Akshata Murthy has previously not paid UK tax on shares worth £700 million in an Indian tech company.
New York Times Business.
April 8, 1411 America, New York. Supply chains tainted by forced labor in China, panel told. Human rights activists and others urged the Biden administration to cast a wide net to stop imports of products made with forced labor in Xinjiang. A worker at a Huafu fashion plant during a government-organized tour for foreign journalists in Xinjiang last year.